going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, and welcome back to yet another post-match fan show. The post-match fan show is your opportunity, it is your chance to have your say on everything Tottenham related. But Sim, how do they have their say?
Well, before every single post-match fan show, the link for the fan show is in the description below, where you'll be taken to the back end, you'll be see everyone waiting, and before we bring you on live on the fan show, live on YouTube, to have your say. But gold members, all gold members get priority for the fan show because we have a lot of callers waiting, so we gave priority to gold members. But how do you become a gold member?
I'm glad you asked me that, Sim, because it is very, very easy to become a gold member. There's actually two tiers of membership: silver membership and gold membership. Silver membership, you get custom emojis, you get badges next to your name saying how long you've been a member, and you get monthly shout outs. But for the gold membership, you get everything that is in the silver perks, plus you get priority to come on to each and every one of our post-match fan shows. But not only that, you get monthly prizes as well. 3 gold members every month get called out from a hat on our last live watch long of every single month. And the 3 prizes are: the third prize will be a flag and a program. The second prize will be one of these lovely We Are Tottenham TV shirts. We have 8 colours of them. Link in the description, by the way, if you want to buy one. And number one prize for the giveaway is a signed Tottenham Hotspur shirt. So our first month, we gave away a signed shirt from Toby Alderweireld, and we have got many, many more signed shirts to give away. So click the link below, join our gold membership, and be in it to win it.
All right, now is the time for you guys to have your say. I want to hear your opinions on all things Spurs and the latest match action. Looking forward to having you guys on and hearing your opinions.
All right, we'll see you on the fan show. Come on, you Spurs. What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here for another pre-match fan show, but it's not any pre-match fan show. It is North London Derby weekend at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The South London Nomads are travelling all the way across North London to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium Sunday 4:30 kickoff in a game which you've got to say, Tottenham go in with their tails up, Arsenal with their tails firmly down as far as 14th in the league, that is, while Tottenham are high flying at top of the league. How confident are you going into this one, Sim?
Look, I'm in terms of the way we're playing, how things are going this season, I'm definitely confident of getting a result in this game. The way Arsenal are playing as well, you just got to take it into account. I know they say form goes out the window for London derby games or any derby game, but you've got to say the form book is with us at the moment, and I think you do have to take it into account at some stage. And I think Arsenal are under big pressure to get a result today. What anyone is saying, I don't care what anyone is saying, Arteta is under very big pressure to get a result on Sunday, and if he doesn't, he could be in big trouble. So I think Spurs, all the cards are in their hands. It's all about just having the application. As long as Tottenham are motivated and as long as we're on top of our game, we should have this. We really should. But look, Arsenal, by no doubt, I've no doubt in my mind they're going to have their best game on Sunday of the season. No doubt in my mind. But whether that'll be enough remains to be seen.
Yeah, I mean, Arsenal fans are coming into this very scared. A lot of them are saying they'll take a point right now.
Of course they would.
But when have you gone into a derby where Arsenal fans have been saying, I'll just take a point and that's it and we move on?
Maybe, in Pochettino's peak, you probably, when they came to White Lane, they used to lose quite regularly when we had Poch. So you'd think, we suppressed them relentlessly, and we used to, repress them into submission a lot of the time. So I would say some of those games they would have taken a point, but I don't think there's ever been such a big difference in terms of league position in our favour, probably, in a London derby.
I don't think we've ever faced them. What was that? It's a 14 space gap, you know what I mean? So
I can't think of any time.
I don't think that there has ever been.
In our favour anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe the other way, back when Arsenal were winning the league and stuff like that. But right now, it's a complete different kettle of fish. When you look at the way the two teams are setting up, are you expecting Arsenal just to park the bus on Sunday?
Not actually part of the bus, but definitely play a back three. I definitely see that, because I think they've switched to a back four in their most recent games, and it hasn't worked for them. They've looked a lot worse. They've played Aubameyang through the centre, hasn't worked. So I think they're going to go back to the back three, which suited them well in the FA Cup games last season. And I think they're probably going to see that as a more solid base to play on. However, it means they're probably going to be quite blunt going forward, which should suit us.
Does the performance away at Lask last night have any bearing on this game for you?
No, because I know we played a strong team, but it was still very much a change, especially at the back. It was a changed lineup, wasn't it? So.
I know it was a changed lineup, but we still saw quite a lot of first teamers. Sonny was there, Højbjerg was there, Ndombele, Lo Celso. You know what I mean?
So if you're talking about it from a factual point of view, we conceded 3 goals because we had a change back 5, and we scored 3 goals. Yeah, and even though we
2 penalties, but
we have won those 2 penalties though. So look, we weren't great, no doubt about it, but I think.
But what I'm trying to say is, are you as does it change your confidence whatsoever? No bearing on it.
Nah, Europa League games, you can't make too many judgments on it. So I think Spurs definitely go with their tails up. And you say, does it affect your confidence? Bale got on the score sheet. Son scored again, so it will make Bale happier to have a goal under his belt. So I think again we go into this full of confidence, and I just hope the players know what the North London derby means. You know what I mean?
If Jose will make sure they know. There's enough players in there as well that know exactly what it means. Harry Kane. Do I need to say more?
Exactly. Kane knows. Bale.
Harry Winks as well, through and through. Tottenham boy.
Hugo's been here a long time now. Dyer.
Exactly.
They understand it.
They understand it. And Jose Mourinho's comments after the game yesterday was talking about how the players weren't up for a Europa League game. He won't have a problem getting them up for this one.
And we just got to make sure that we make Aubameyang look disinterested, like he's been in the past few weeks. Because if we give him a bit of hope, and we give him a bit of, if we give Aubameyang a bit of encouragement, then all of a sudden he can look lively and he can be dangerous. But if we just shut him out and make him look as disinterested as he has looked in the past few weeks, then I think they're really going to struggle to create anything. Because apart from Aubameyang, none of their front players really scare me.
If he's going to play coming off the left-hand side, he's going to have Aurier and Sissoko to deal with. So it's not going to be easy for him.
No, it won't be easy. And if he plays in the centre, then it's still not going to be that easy for him, because there's not going to be a lot of space for him to run into. So we just got to make sure we snuff out Aubameyang. And I think we got to make sure we do that. And what if he does? Because he's the captain. If he does start to look a bit subdued and disinterested, it definitely has an effect on the team. And especially when your best player is looking like that and like he has do. That's why for me he's not captain material. He just isn't. He's a great player, but he's not captain material. It's
the old captain's curse at Arsenal, time and time again. Yeah, this time it didn't. He didn't leave. He just vanished on the pitch. You know what I mean?
Literally.
So look, it's a massive, massive game. Do we say this is our biggest game of the season so far, or we say Chelsea and Man City were bigger?
No. Look, North London derby, top of the league. I think, they're getting bigger and bigger as they go, for sure. But you got to say this is definitely the biggest one of the season. We have to win. We have to win.
I think if we get the early goal in this game, Arsenal are really going to shit the bed.
I hope you're right. I think you're right. I think we need to take the lead, because it seems a theme. Whenever we play Arsenal at home, they always take the lead and we come back. It happens every time. Apart
from last season.
No.
Didn't we win 2-0?
White Hart Lane.
Oh, Lacazette scored.
Lacazette scored. They took the lead.
Yeah.
And then we come back. Always a White Hart Lane. They take an early lead, and we always come back. So I just want to make sure we get the early lead this time and have something to hang on to. So if Arsenal do come out their shell, like they probably will at some point, we can just pick them off on the counter, and we have all the quality in the world to do that. The thing is about these games is, because Arsenal having been in such bad form, right? They say the form book goes out the window, blah, blah, blah. But because they have been in such bad form, as soon as they concede, their heads are going to drop. Yeah. We have to just make sure they don't get any encouragement. Because when you're in that bad form, when things start to go against you and stuff like that, you will see it affect the players. But if they do take the lead, you will see the confidence grow in them, and they'll start to play their game. So we need to make sure that we don't concede any early goals, and we have to make sure that we have a fast start like we have been doing in a lot of games, and take them to the sword early on.
All right, let's start speaking to some fans. Let's get Simon on.
Hey, Simon.
How's it going, guys? You all right?
Yes, Simon. North London derby weekend. How you feeling?
Here we go. This is the
game.
He's
rubbing his eyes. He can't wait.
This is the one, guys.
This is the one. How confident are you coming into this?
Very, very, very confident for this one, guys. I think Sunday is a must-win. As Sim said, it's a must-win. It's no draw, no loss. It's a must-win. Absolutely. We cannot lose this one.
Does the performance last night against Lask change your kind of confidence in any way?
No. I was literally surprised the team he put out. I was literally closing my eyes at times. I thought, why Son? Why put our first teamers out? Like, okay, not all of them, but it was a few of them out. I went, oh my god, here we go again. But no, last night it was an average performance again, guys, isn't it? But we got the point. We're through, and that's it. We got the job done.
Does the fact that Arsenal are struggling as badly as they are at the moment, languishing in 14th place, does that obviously it makes a lot of Spurs fans confident we're going to get the victory? But are you worried at all that Arsenal are going to have to kind of step up in a game sooner rather than later, and that could come on Sunday?
Exactly, guys. I think Arsenal will come at us without a shadow of doubt. I think this is going to be Arsenal's biggest game. I think they'll put a performance in. I think it's not going to be easy as what Spurs fans are going to put out. I think it's going to be a real hard game. I think Arteta is going to start out with a 3 at the back. Definitely, he's going to try and shut Kane and Son out.
Mm-hmm. You think they're going to revert back to a back 3 because they've been playing like a lot of back 4 in the past few games, kind of to try and get more attacking output out of the team, and it hasn't quite worked. They've lost 3 consecutive home games. So can you see them kind of going back to a back 3 like they've done, previously when they won the FA Cup?
Yes, definitely. I think they will definitely go back to a back 3 this weekend against us. They're going to want to shut Son and Kane out, and they're going to want to stay in the game as long as possible. And if it's 0-0, as I said, if it's a 0-0 as long as possible, Arsenal will win this game. We got to go at them from the word go, get the early goal and kill them off. We've got to go kill them off.
How much? Go on.
No, I was saying, do you expect Arsenal to turn up on Sunday?
Yes. I have to admit, I think they're going to be hungry for this. I really do. I think Arteta's going to pump this into them. This is the game where they got to turn up, and I still believe we'll win it. I think we'll be too strong, but they will turn up Sunday without a shadow of a doubt.
How much pressure do you think Arteta is under if he loses on Sunday?
Massively. If he doesn't win this one, and if we beat him heavily, it's got to be. He's got to be gone after this one.
Because people say that the pressure's more on Spurs than Arsenal because we're the favourites, we're top of the league, we're expected to win. Do you agree with that assessment, or do you think because Arteta is so low down the league, the pressure's more on him to get the result?
Yes, I think it's pressure on Arteta, really. But then you can swing it into Spurs thing where it's pressure on us to go and get that win because on the very good form we've been on, and everyone's going to waiting for this Spurs slip up. You know it, guys. If Spurs slip up comes, it's Spursy again. We'd mess it up. Mourinho's got to get the mentality right. That's what he said about last night. The mentality weren't there last night. He's got to get this spot on on Sunday. He's got to.
But is there any fear of that happening? Considering Jose, his record against Arsenal is pretty great throughout his career. He's
never
always
lost a home game against Arsenal. I probably shouldn't have said that, to be honest.
Well, you've jinxed it. But yeah, you're right. Never lost a home game. He seems to have a sort of dislike for Arsenal, not like a lot of our fans do. Obviously, we have like Harry Kane, who's always up for a North London derby. Are these players going to let the squad have the wrong mentality on Sunday?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think we've got, as I said, we bring Gareth Bale in, we bring Joe Hart in, and they're the ones who's won major tournaments, and they'll be pumping these players up. I mean, this is the games you've got to turn up, and I think we've got enough experienced heads in that dressing room to get this team going. I think on Sunday.
All right, what's your score prediction then?
It's 2-1.
2-1 Spurs. 2-1 Spurs. Who's going to get the goals?
And I think Bale will get the winner.
Bale will get the winner. Do you reckon he starts?
No, I think he'll come on. I think, as I said, Guy, I think it's going to be a tight game. I don't think it's going to be an easy game with people. I think it's going to be a real tight game. And I think if it's 1-1 we're at 20 minutes ago, I think he'll sling Bale one. I think this is what Bale loves. He loves playing these games like this, and I think he'll come on here. He'll get a win on Sunday.
All right, Simon, thanks a lot, mate. Thanks for coming on. Always good to chat to you.
Nice one, guys. Thank you very much.
Come on, Spurs.
Come on.
Massive game this weekend. Come on, guys.
Confident, Simon. Come on. By the way, scroll down, smash that like button for us, guys. It really helps out with the algorithm on YouTube, and it helps us be seen. And press subscribe as well, and click the bell to get all the notifications when we release content.
Exactly. Smash that like. Smash it as much as you want to smash Arsenal on the weekend.
Come on.
But look, let's get another guest on. Brian.
Yes, Brian. The beard is back in full force.
Boy, it grows back quick. Good morning, boys. How are you?
You must be Safadi.
Not so much. How's
it going, Brian? You good?
Oh, I'm all good. It's the weekend of the match versus the filth. This is Christmas, birthday, Rosh Hashanah, anniversaries, all the festivals, all rolled into one for this game, and I cannot wait.
If we win. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you going into it?
12.
12. Even 12. With the performance last night, with a couple of first team players playing.
Do you know what? I am, because what Jose said after the game is bang on the money. Those players were thinking, okay, we're here at Lask. They're going into the game for the North London derby, and Jose has just done some reverse psychology, like, go prove me wrong. You've messed up. Now go clean this up. And against what other team or better team to do it against than the filth?
Yeah, agreed. And a lot of people, or Arsenal fans anyway, saying Spurs should, because a lot of Spurs fans are very confident going into this game.
Yep.
And a lot of Arsenal fans say, just calm down. It's a game of football. Anything can happen. You shouldn't get too excited. What would you say in response to that?
I would say years and years ago, when Wenger was at his highest heights, this is how Arsenal felt about us. And they tended to beat us all the time. And I said to all my Arsenal friends, the times will turn, and the shoe will be on the other foot. Well, now the shoe is on the other foot. And I honestly, like you were saying before, I don't think there's been an NLD that I've been more confident going into.
Is that a worry, though?
It can be, but you've got to remember as well, we're going to have 2,000 fans. All right, it's not a full stadium, but what a game to have them back at. And as you said, I don't think the players need any pumping up for this game. We could have lost in Austria or whatever we could have done in the Europa, but they will be so pumped up for this game. Bale, like you were saying, they all know what this game means. This is the one game. Go on, sorry, Sim.
No. Sorry, I thought my brother was going to speak.
No, I was going to say, how do you expect Arsenal to come and set up? Do you reckon they're going to come for us, or do you reckon they come and sit back and look for a counter-attack?
Do you know what? I think the first 15 minutes will tell everything. I think they're going to see what... I think for once they're going to see what we do. And I feel Bale has to start. That's
Really?
the curveball I put in straight away, because if you look at his record against them, it's very, very good.
Yeah.
And their defence at the moment is so shot to bits that if we have Bale running at them full throttle from the beginning, I don't think they'll know what to do. And just that little defence weakness or miss up at the beginning could open the floodgates. I've said before all week, I honestly reckon we're going to win 4-1.
4-1.
4-1. I don't know who's going to score, but I seriously think we're going to win 4-1.
Well, does this change your opinion, Brian? Because I'm just reading here from The Telegraph. Matt Law has just tweeted out saying Joe Hart is on standby to start against Arsenal after doubts over Hugo Lloris's fitness.
So, I was going to mention that I've had two different people tell me today, one in Canada and one back home, that he's tested positive for COVID. So, I don't know how true that is. And if he has got COVID, then you got to think who else in the team might have had it.
There was an article released today on Give Me Sport saying that Lloris had tested positive for COVID. However, that article was deleted 5 minutes after posting. So whether that article is accurate and that's why and Spurs wanted them to take it down, or it's inaccurate, that's why they took it down, I'm not 100% sure. But it sounds like there is a slight chance that Lloris isn't going to play on Sunday.
That is a big blow.
It's
That's a big blow.
It's huge.
If Lloris is out, would you want Hart to play? Because me personally, I'd want Gazaniga in there.
I'm really, really torn between this, because Hart, like I've said before, I think he's been inspired by, not just because he knows how to win trophies, but his communication and his experience. Yes, he had a couple of bad... he should have saved 2 of those goals yesterday, but I think in general, the communication part of it, I think, and the magnitude of this game, I think I'll stick with Hart.
But don't you think that if Hart plays tomorrow on Sunday, then Arsenal, they can take shots from literally any time they get past the 30-yard box, and it's got a chance of going in?
That's true. That is true, Ben. But then you look at it, we're going to have the proper defence out. We're going to have, like Jose said at the beginning, they are going to be pumped for this game. So I don't think they're going to be as lethargic as they were yesterday. So Hart being in, obviously, I'd rather Lloris in. But if I had to choose the two, just because of his experience and communication, I think I'd have to go with Hart.
Okay. And let's get your score prediction. You said 4-1, didn't you? But you couldn't give me scorers. I know Bale's going to score, is he?
Well, let's hope so. You know Kane's going to get a goal, whether it be a penalty or a blockbuster. He always does against this lot.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Who's under more pressure, Mourinho or Arteta?
Arteta. Arteta. I think. I honestly think if they get the spanking that I want them to get, and we all want them, and it's a 4-1, I think that could be good night Vienna for him.
And look, you think he could be gone after that?
If it's a heavy defeat, I don't think their fans, if you want to call them that, will take it. But if it's a 2-1 or a 1-0, he might buy some time. But I honestly think he's walking a very, very tight rope at the moment.
All right. And if we don't get a good result on Sunday, what do you think that means for us?
Well, if you look at it, we're in this run that we've had. If you had said at the beginning we would have had 7 points from 4 points from Man City and Chelsea, qualified for Europe into the next round, job done, still top of the league. at Christmas. If it's a draw, okay, it's going to be oh my God, how do we not beat that lot? But I don't think it's going to have a really bad effect on us.
Okay, but as long as we don't lose, that's the main thing.
Exactly. Believe me, if we lose and I come on this show, you're going to see a completely different me to what you have done before. That's one thing I can promise.
I'll tell you the truth, though, a draw is a terrible result.
Yeah,
It
really
is a terrible result because when you're playing 14th in the league at home, it's a terrible result when you draw. But I think it's not, how do you say, fatal.
Exactly, and hopefully 2,000 fans will be enough to spur them on as well.
Yeah, let's hope so. Brian, hopefully we'll hear from you after the game, and hopefully you'll still have that big smile on your face.
Let's pray to God, guys. Let's pray to God. Have a great weekend, guys, and see you soon.
And to you, my friend, and to you. See you out the Spurs.
That is some slightly though worrying
news. It is very worrying.
Hopefully he's all right. They did say. I remember they did say something very similar before the Chelsea game about Hugo, and he was fine. So hopefully, people in the comments of the article are saying that Matt Law is just basing on the fact he didn't travel to Austria, but he also was in the squad before the other Europa League game as well. So. I guess it remains to be seen how much truth there is if he actually is going to miss the game. But if we do have Hugo missing, then yeah, that's a big worry for me.
For you, who goes in goal if Hugo's not there?
I think you got to take sentimentality out of it, and I put Gazaniga in. I'm sorry, you just got to do it because at the moment, most teams. Chances are coming for range against us. Look against Chelsea, Mason Mount, right? The best chance of the game for them was a long shot from 25 yards.
Joe Hart's in goal there, it's a goal.
That's a goal if Joe Hart's in goal. If Gazaniga is in goal, he has a better chance of saving it. So I go Gaza, but I really hope Hugo's fit, and I hope that
it's very worrying, to be honest,
that he's not going to miss the game.
If Joe Hart's in goal, that gives Arsenal a whole new opportunity.
It just gives them a boost,
goals.
I think, before the game. It gives them a bit of a lift because I know it's harsh on Joe Hart because he hasn't been that bad since he joined, but the performance he gave on Thursday, Arsenal will definitely be looking at that and thinking, look, we can get this keeper here if we take a few pot shots, and that it'll just give them confidence to try things. Whereas if Hugo's in goal, their confidence might not be there. But then again, it's just mind games, by Hugo, by Jose. People say mind games because then all of a sudden we go on Sunday, we see the lineup and Hugo's there. All of a sudden, Arsenal will be like, oh, heads drop again. Maybe we'll see. We've got a super chat here from Sukram Butt. He says, "Spurs first, Woolwich 14th. Mind the gap. Come on, you Spurs." Love that, Sukran. But all right,
let's get Edwin Wong on.
Edwin Wong.
Hello, Edwin. How are you?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
You good? You good? You feeling confident?
Very disappointed from last night. But I wore the jersey, so that's why we did lose.
Does last night's performance have any reflection of your thoughts going into the game this weekend?
No. I think the players are going to be fully motivated for this game. They're going to be up for it, and I think we're going to win.
Have you heard about the news about Hugo Lloris? He's potentially out for the game. What does that make you feel? And who goes in goal if Lloris is out for you?
If Lloris is out, I think Gazaniga goes in goal. I think like Mourinho's punished a few players for their error-prone performances, like Sanchez against West Ham. Aurier also gave away the free kick against West Ham. And I think Joe Hart's done enough to be punished, and Gazaniga will start if Lloris isn't there. But I hope Lloris is fit.
Do you think it gives Arsenal a lot more confidence in going into this game if Lloris is ruled out for injury?
We'll see in the first 15 minutes if they have the. I feel like this game is on who wants it more. So if Arsenal really do want it more, then I think it'll really give them a lot more confidence, and then they're gonna. And especially if they get an early goal. If Spurs get an early goal, their confidence is gonna go down. We might smash them if we get an early goal.
Do you think we're going to get that early goal?
Hopefully. I don't know. If they play 3 at the back, I think no. If they play 4 at the back, there's definitely more holes in there. Yeah. And of course, it's a devastating blow that David Luiz is injured.
There's blow for Spurs.
Yeah.
If David Luiz is playing, that's an extra chance of a penalty, isn't it?
Extra chance of a penalty or another cock up or something.
Do you think the power has shifted from Arsenal to Spurs now? The power of North London, as they say. Has there been a power shift?
Yeah, I think so, but I feel like it's still very even. And if we don't keep on our toes, Arsenal can very well jump ahead of us. Though it's first versus 14th at the moment, which hardly has ever happened, and unless it's when the scum were first.
Yeah.
And
But
so, yeah, I think if we can win the Prem this season, get a few quality players, keep Mourinho in the long term, I think North London could very well be ours for the next decade.
North London has always been ours because they're just renting a spot in North London because they're from South London anyway. And once we beat them 5-0 this weekend, they'll want to go back to South London so much.
They'll go down back and cry.
I love that.
What's your score prediction?
Score prediction: 3-1 Spurs.
3-1 Spurs.
3-1.
Who's going to get the goals?
Kane for brace, and I think Højbjerg's gonna get his first goal.
Højbjerg. I like that. I'd love Højbjerg to score in the weekend. But look, he said 3-1, right? Same as you.
Yeah, I said 3-1 as well.
Great minds think alike, eh?
Great minds.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on. Great to chat to you.
All right, cheerio.
Thanks, Edwin. Let's get Anik on.
Hey,
yes,
Anik.
Anik. How's it going, my friend?
Hi guys, how you doing? I'm good.
All good, thanks. Big smiles, confident for the weekend?
Yeah, pretty much confident. I mean, I don't care much about 14 plus teams. So
Love that. I love that.
Do you think Arsenal are in a false position right now, or do you think they are going to be around mid-table come the end of the season?
I mean, they're exactly where they're supposed to be, honestly. I mean, if you go back 2 years, those Arsenal fans, all the pundits were saying that Tottenham reaching the Champions League final was a cover-up of their failure, what's going in the background. So it's the same for them. They're winning the FA Cup. It's just a mirage on what's going in the background. And if you see that, if they say that they talk too much about Arteta, like you ask the question, like who is under more pressure, Arteta or Mourinho? I think Mourinho is under more pressure. He is always under pressure. He is always under the criticism. They always give space for if the same situation, if Tottenham were 14th, people would have been saying that Mourinho should be sacked. And also, they're talking about Arsenal rebuilding. Nobody talks about Tottenham rebuilding. We're rebuilding as well. And we're presently at top. So we don't get that credit. Whatever they do, they always get the credits, not us. So they're where they are. So I don't think there is a much difference in there.
Do you think Arteta gets an easy ride, considering how they're playing this season? And everyone says, he hasn't been backed, and if he was backed, he'll do a better job. But they've got two £50 million strikers in the squad. They've signed Pepe for 70 million. They've got 45 million Partey sitting there. They've got Ceballos on a second year-long loan after they had him last season. Xhaka cost about 35 million. They've got Gabriel, he was 25 million. Leno, they've signed recently, also 25 million. They spent a lot of money on that squad.
And obviously everyone from the Chelsea retirement home there
and
as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And like Aubameyang signed a big contract. What is he doing? He has, I think, scored only a single goal. He has not been involved. Now, just imagine Jose Mourinho sitting Ozil out. People will say he's destroying Ozil's career. But nobody says that for Arteta. He gets an easy pass everywhere. He's rebuilding the entire team. He's bringing in youths. They said they play beautiful football. They're changing. I don't see anything. Nothing has changed. It's just something different from what Emery does. Just the game style. I'm not seeing any improvements, honestly. Yeah, people can say they have won the FA Cup and all. Okay, cup finals, anybody can win. So these things happen.
Do you reckon that's why he gets an easy ride, Arteta, because he won the FA Cup last year?
Of course, that's a reason. Plus, people think he's been the disciple of Guardiola, and somebody also says that he's even better than Guardiola. So what the connection is. And again, Arsenal was always a club about philosophy. They say we have this philosophy. No, I mean, Look, if you go look at their achievements, honestly, only if you go to that season where they are unbeatables, I don't think they won much trophies. Even Chelsea won more trophies than them. So they should
How
not
long?
boast too much about themselves.
How
Yeah,
how long do you reckon Arteta has?
yeah, he'll get this season for sure, no matter
You
what.
think even if he has a few big losses in the next couple of games?
Yes, even if he finishes 10th, then he'll get the season for sure. Nobody's
Where
going
do
to
you
sack
where do you think Arsenal will finish this season?
him. They will finish 7th or 8th, like that.
Yeah.
Not
Like
not
last
above
season?
that. Yeah, like same like last season. I don't think any improvement is there. I have seen a few of their games. I don't think there are improvements. They're just doing what they're directionless. So
All
that's how
right.
it is.
Enough of that irrelevant club.
Yeah, sure,
Let's talk
sure.
about the biggest team in North London, and let's talk about the goalkeeping situation for the game. Obviously, there's rumours that Hugo Lloris could be out. How do you think that impacts the game for us? And who starts for you if Hugo is out?
Okay, before I answer that question, I would like to say that I heard one of the interviews of Jose Mourinho when last season that when all of our players were injured, he said we can replace every positions in the football field except for a striker and a goalkeeper.
Yeah,
So what I see from Joe Hart, I am not convinced. Gazaniga goes in,
yeah,
no second thoughts.
yeah,
Since yesterday we missed a goalkeeper and a striker, we had trouble in the game.
yeah,
That's the only reason. Because Mourinho was looking for balance in the team, and the midfield that played yesterday, it was not putting the balance, and we didn't have a striker. Huge difference. That's why we were very inconsistent. That's why the game was very dull and all. So I'm not concerned much about yesterday's game. Yeah, we go in. My concern is we must win the other game and top the group.
yeah.
If we can do that, I'll be very happy. And for tomorrow's game, the scoreline depends a lot on who is goalkeeping. A lot. Because defensively we're quite sound. I don't think Arsenal would trouble us much, but goalkeeping is very important. That is very important for us.
And let's say Jose does go with Joe Hart.
Yes.
Do you think that's a massive kind of tool in their armory? Because, they can take a shot from 30, 35 yards, 25 yards, and it's always got the possibility of going in.
Definitely. I mean, if Jose plays Joe Hart, I think defensively, I think we need to be very, very conscious defensively. We cannot switch off. Not for a single moment. We switched off twice in the second half, and both the goals we considered like that. So we have to be very careful because it's not that anybody can score. Even a 14 plus team can score. So that's
Not from open play, though.
yeah, very true, definitely. So that it should be. We should be we should not switch off, and I think we'll be motivated as well because it's the North London derby. Come on, if players are not motivated, I'll be very ashamed of my boys.
Yeah, no, you're 100%.
It means a lot for us.
Yeah.
All right. What's your prediction then for the game?
I would go with your same prediction, 3-1.
3-1.
Who's going to get the goals?
I think Tangai will get a goal. Harry Kane will get a brace, maybe.
And Tungi.
Tungi and Harry Kane for 2. I like it.
Yeah.
Harry Kane loves a North London derby.
Yeah,
he's gonna be shaking his hands together like this right
Yes,
now.
we're gonna get a
in
penalty
anticipation.
Love it. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All right, thanks a lot for coming on, my friend.
Thanks. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, man. Cheers for
thank
coming
you.
on. We've got Alex Samuels next, and I'm seeing apparently he's cleaning his room in the back end. That's what I'm hearing. He's been seeing. Does look cleaner than usual, I must say. Nice.
Exactly. Pick your Arsenals off the floor, put them in a bin.
Love it.
I think you're on mute, Alex.
Are you
I'm
on
not
mute?
sure.
Yeah, I can't really. Yeah, you're on mute.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Amazing. We got eyes everywhere, Alex. You can't hide from us.
I've been completely done. Oh.
Brilliant,
right.
brilliant.
Right.
Nice job though.
Yeah, it looks good.
nice and clean.
I made the effort.
No.
You know, for the North London derby, gotta fix up.
Well,
Exactly.
You can be
You know,
a cleaner
big
if you
game.
can't get a job after you.
Exactly. Oh, wow.
God.
So
was
Alex, North London derby.
Yes.
There's already been a spanner in the works about Hugo Lloris. How are you feeling about it? Who do you expect to start in goal if Hugo is not available?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen you having a bit of a debate about this, and I think he's gonna stick with Joe Hart still, in my opinion. And part of me does see why he would, because the problem he's got is he's obviously thrown Gazaniga to the side, right? And what sort of message does that kind of send to now bring him in when obviously his backup option is, I don't say failed him as a good. It's not really fair maybe to say that yet, but it's obviously in a bad form at the moment and letting in a lot of unnecessary goals. Like last night, should be doing better. And so, and for me, is Burnley's third choice keeper, is that really a surprise?
West Ham sub keeper, you know what I mean? It's just like...
Is it when he came in, I saw the logic of, a strong voice like Højbjerg to add to the dressing room, but I was under the impression that he wasn't going to actually play a lot of games.
Yeah.
Maybe a cup game here and there. That's what I thought he was. I thought, how Chelsea got Rob Green a few years back. It's that sort of keeper who just is there, just to pick up the wage and play if there is an emergency. But we haven't seen that. Obviously, he's become second, number 2, and now we've got a problem because both our one keeper's completely unfit, hasn't played a game this season. The other is not in good form. So
it's Joe Hart.
Exactly, it's Joe Hart. So it's a big issue. We got these reports are a bit weird, to be honest, because we're hearing fitness and COVID, and the people who put the COVID story up having Arsenal lifting the FA Cup banner as their Twitter banner. It's all a bit weird. Yeah. So, but it's not on our hands. We'll know what happens in the end, and we'll see it when we see the lineup tomorrow. So
apparently, the article confirms that Tottenham haven't said anything about a Hugo injury or anything, and it's just the Telegraph says as they understand it, there is a concern that he might not be fit, and that's all there is to it. But I guess we have to wait and see. I guess on Sunday, yeah. But do you think it will have a lot of bearing on the result on Sunday? Because despite maybe a concern with the goalkeeper, we're one of the form teams in the league. We are top. We're playing 14th Arsenal. Are you concerned that maybe because they're languaging so far down that maybe this could be the perfect game for them in a way?
So where are Arsenal? Sorry, 14.
14th, right. I believe.
Oh right, just checking.
50,
right.
I don't know. I don't check that far down. It's around
yeah.
mid to low mid table, something like that.
I haven't even seen Arsenal on the league table for weeks and weeks. I've literally only seen the top half, so I don't scroll down that far.
Strong thumbs to see them
exactly.
In the league table,
yeah. All the Arsenal fans' thumb muscles must be really strong now.
Don't play with a thumb war, I tell
you. Yeah, sorry, just had to check that. Yeah, that's fine though. Yeah, look, I think in the league we're doing well. We haven't lost in ages since the first game of the season. Yep. So look, the goalkeeper situation. Goalkeepers are really important for any top club, in my opinion. I feel like if you don't have a top goalkeeper, you really struggle. You saw that even with Liverpool a few years ago when they had Karius in goal, brought in Alisson. How a goalkeeper commands a back line is really important in football, and especially with Hugo, he is actually quite vocal on the pitch. Joe Hart maybe more so, but he is still quite a vocal goalkeeper and is amazing with his saves and has been in unreal form this entire season. So it is a blow if he's not playing, but I still think we should have enough Arsenal. We absolutely should have enough of them. That's as long as Dr. Tottenham doesn't show up, Aubameyang, here you go. Here's your first few goals of the season from open play. Then we should be good. I think there is no excuse. And I tell you what, if we get a bad result, this fan base, man, it's gonna really blow up. I've been waiting for what's gonna happen when we get that first really big defeat. Maybe not necessarily size of scoreline, but just defeat to a rival, which it's gonna happen at some point this season probably. I'm just interested to see how we react to it. Really, I'm not promising that when I come on in a few days that I'll be entirely happy if that happens, but or I won't be really angry. But I just want to see. I want to see everyone just be have some integrity. We've got a really good squad. We have a really good squad. We should be beating these lot, and I hope to see a good result.
Yeah, but how do you expect Arsenal to set up on Sunday? Do you think they're going to revert to a back three like they did earlier in the season, the back end of last season, or do you think they're going to continue with that back four, which hasn't really worked out in the last few games?
Well, they usually do revert to a back three when they're massively underdogs. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
true. Do you think they'll do that?
Well, as I think one of you said, Payapulis, wasn't it?
Payapulis.
So but I really
I like
think
Paella Pardew. I prefer that.
The Paella Pardew.
no, I think he will go to back three. As you said, when he's completely outgunned, that's what Arteta seems to do. But do they have the defenders for it? Well, I suppose that's why you go to back three if you don't have good defenders. Look, they are gonna. I reckon they're going to follow the same game plan as Chelsea, in my view. I think Chelsea showed how you can nullify our attack at the expense of your own, and that does seem to do enough to stop us from, linking the passes from midfield to attack, which really hurt us against Chelsea. So we really just couldn't string passes together in midfield very well. So. Yeah, I think that's what Arsenal are going to set up to do. They're going to set up to frustrate us, to almost probably mirror the way that we play at the expense of the game. I don't think it's going to be a very open, high-scoring game in my view. I think we're looking at 1-0, 2-1 max.
Do you think that changes if there's an early goal though?
Oh, if there's an early goal, obviously that's going to force one team to attack more, but. I think Mourinho is also quite good with his game plan. He'll stay calm, confident. He'll think we'll score. But if Arsenal nick an early goal, it's going to be very, very tough. Imagine if Chelsea nicked an early goal. Yeah. That would have been very, very difficult to come back from just because of the way they lined up. So if they do go with that back three or back five, it's gonna be really difficult. We play well against teams that play football. That play really like Southampton, for example. They played very open football. Man United, they also try to go at us, and if that Man City, and if that happens, we can do really well. But it's teams. It's always been our problem. Teams who sit back with the ball, we can't break down. For years, it has been our problem. Way before Mourinho.
Talking of the Paella Pulis or Paella Pardew or Tapas Pardew, whatever you want to call him, however many names he has, if he carries on this form with Arsenal, how long do you reckon he has as Arsenal manager?
I mean, Arsenal's fan base is so vocal, and it's clear that they actually kind of do listen a bit to what they're saying. I mean, just look at what happened with Wenger. I think that losing a North London derby would be a big blow to him, but I don't think they'd sack him after a North London derby because of the image that comes off. I think they'd give him a bit more time. Tottenham sacks Mikel Arteta. That's the sort of headline. Exactly, and Arsenal, I feel like, are clever enough to go, no, we're not having that. I think what are their games after? I can't.
They got Burnley, and then they've got another tough one, I believe, after Burnley. I'm not sure. I know they've got Burnley after Spurs.
A nice little relegation scrap for them.
Exactly. So I think that if he plays boring football and doesn't get a result against Burnley and loses against us, then I think his head is nearly on the chopping block. Essentially,
what is it with Arteta and the perception of him in the media and with the Arsenal fans? Because they seem to think he's doing an amazing job, and he's improved them, and he is still improving them. I speak to Arsenal fans the last couple of weeks, and they still think they've shown improvements from last season. I'm like, what sort of football? What are you watching? And I was like, I don't understand it. Can you put any sense to it?
I think, unfortunately, they won the FA Cup, and that can I think that maybe has altered their perception and covered up a lot of the cracks for Arsenal fans and grasping at straws almost. And I suppose, in fairness, Aubameyang has been shocking. This season, like absolutely shocking, and so I do think that has played a part. But again, their defense has also been awful. I mean, 3-0 against Villa? Like imagine if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was getting the results that Arteta had. I think that would be really. Man United fans would not be happy. But the thing with Ollie is, the thing with Ollie especially is that he is very lucky. He gets a bad result, then gets a run of good games, then goes bad, which is great because it keeps him in the job, which we want, obviously. So, look, I think that Arsenal fans are starting to wake up to it. What was their last result? It was
2-1 against Wolves.
2-1, yeah. And I mean that is really, and they're just. It's not that they're just not winning. I think for Arsenal fans, that if they were actually playing good football and we're getting really unlucky with those results, I think it would be more tolerable for them. And it's kind of like us, how Mourinho. I know there's a stereotype that he plays really bad football, and he is kind of proving that not true this season. We're playing much better now. But I've always said that I don't care about how we play as long as we are getting these results, and we are doing that more this season, and so I'm fine with that. And I feel the promise of Arteta was, all these young managers coming through, Lampard, Nagels, like all these managers, they hoped he could be that, someone to play attacking football. He picked up the cones for Pep, surely he's going to do that.
He's one of Pep Guardiola's disciples. He must be amazing.
Exactly. And I think we're seeing how at Man City, while Arteta was there, it was all going so well. Everything was going well. But when things get bad, has he experienced that as a manager? I don't think so. Exactly. And so he's got a big challenge on his hands. And I am, just as a football fan in general, just interested to see how he does it and if he can do it. Because generally, when things start to go bad as a manager at a club, and we've seen it ourselves last year, it is very rare that you actually come back from it if it gets to a point where people are calling for your head. It is extremely rare that you can come back from it.
I personally believe that Arteta actually could have the tools to be a good manager, a top manager one day. But I think this Arsenal job just came a bit too soon for him. And I think there was just so much to do at Arsenal. I just think they maybe needed a more experienced head there, with maybe Arteta second in charge, being coached to kind of take the reins when things are a bit better and more stable at Arsenal. But at the moment, I thought this job came way too soon for Arteta. How can you go into a job with so much to do with no experience whatsoever? It makes no sense.
Especially a club like Arsenal who expect big things, I don't understand why they thought they could just employ him and they thought it's going to go smoothly. And I think when they won the FA Cup, they thought, we made the right decision. But I think we're seeing now different case.
And it's not even that you just put him in the job and you build a good infrastructure around him. He's been given so much power behind the scenes as well. It's not just on the football pitch. He's kind of trying to organise all the things in the back end with Edu as well. So I think the way they've organised things is completely wrong in my opinion, Arsenal. And look, I'm not going to complain because I love every second of it. So stay in the job as long as you can, Mikel. That's what I say.
Yeah, I think that I do agree with you. Perhaps they did need the stable head, but I think they saw when they appointed him the growing trend of appointing young managers, and did just think, you know what, it's worth a shot, and it's worked out for a lot of teams. We'll see.
Arsenal fans would argue cheaper option.
Yeah,
cheaper.
Yeah. But
not going to cost as much.
Cast your mind back a year when they appointed Arteta, we appointed Jose Mourinho. They were laughing at us because we got Jose Mourinho and they got Arteta, and I was like, wait a sec, hang on a second. Jose Mourinho, one of the most successful managers in the modern era, against Arteta, who's never managed a game in his life. And I was like, what are you on? These guys are
No, but the thing is with the Arteta appointment is they didn't even plan it, because remember they sacked Emery and they went weeks without knowing who they're appointing. They had Lundberg in charge. There wasn't a sense of plan, and all of a sudden they're like, okay, it's been like a month now. We should probably appoint someone.
At the very least, when we sacked Pochettino, no matter how angry we were at the time with the whole situation, the next day we had a solution.
Yeah.
And I think that is we acted like a really big club then, and Arsenal acted like a small club with how they appointed. And I think I remember at the time their fans were they were so bored of Emery football, they just put up with Ljungberg for those couple of weeks. They had pretty poor results from memory. And when Arteta,
poorer results under Arteta, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, if you can't get Aubameyang firing, you must, because there is no doubt he's a great striker. Not better than Kane, but
definitely
Kane
not.
is. I think that this season has far away improved that.
Yeah.
But
Kane's a better midfielder than Aubameyang is a striker. I'll tell you that.
Kane's better than almost everyone in Arsenal's team, no matter where they play. Look, I think that if he can get Aubameyang firing, he'll stay in the job. But that looks pretty difficult job at the moment. I just hope we don't give him anything on the weekend, because I really, really don't want that. I am pretty nervous.
What score prediction are you going for?
As I said, I don't think it's going to be high scoring, just by the nature of how the two managers do set up. So I'm gonna go with 1-0 Tottenham.
1-0 Tottenham.
Joe Hart to keep a clean sheet. I like it.
Okay. Wait, asterisk. That is if Hugo Lloris is playing. If not, it's going to be 2-1.
And I'll leave you with this comment before we leave. It says from Simon Cohen. It says, "Alex, clean your room." Have a good one, Alex. He's off to clean his room, I think.
Nice one. You want to read that super chat?
I've got a couple super chats here. This one again from Sukram Butt saying, "Please, no Hart. I'll even take Brandon Austin or Alfie Whiteman over him. But Gazaniga,
be careful what you wish for."
Yeah, it feels like Llorente all over again. Granted, Paolo is still here, but when we needed Llorente, he wasn't there."
And we got another one here from TJ Lewis. It says, "The game against Lask tells me the lads are prioritising the weekend. At least that's what I'm choosing to believe. 3-0 Spurs. Cheers via Texas." I hope you're right, mate. I really hope you're right. But let's get on Josh. Yes, Josh.
Yes, Josh. Come on.
We're going for samosas this weekend. 3 points incoming.
Mate, 3 samosas. 1 for you, 1 for me, 1 for Ben, and 1 for my cousin who's an Arsenal fan. Say hello.
Hey,
hello, cousin.
How you doing, mate?
Good. Are you based in Woolwich?
Are you in Woolwich, South London?
No, not today. Today we're born and bred in Southall, West London.
Southall. All right, but I'm sure after the game on Sunday you'll be making a trip to Woolwich.
Maybe.
Going down the table, mate, right down to the bottom, mate. That's where they're going, mate. Championship.
How's his thumb muscles? They must be getting quite strong scrolling all the way down there.
Oh, really? To be fair, talking about Sunday's game, you know what? I'm not really able to watch this, but to be paying attention to the guys that were on previously. You know what? Sunday's fixture isn't about stats. It ain't about form. It ain't about nothing. And when it comes to a derby like North London derby, it's about blood. It's about brute. It's about passion. And you know what? It's anyone's game. To be fair, he's got today. You know what? It's in my van, and he's put this jersey up. You know what? I'd rather walk around wearing a packet of crisps than wearing that piece of shit over there.
But listen, as an Arsenal fan, how are you feeling coming into the game, seeing as what the season's been like so far?
Yesterday we got some goals down. We got some goals under our belt. And I think, you know what? We've gone through our dry spell. I think we're back on form a little bit. We needed a bit of motivation. We needed a bit of a high. And I think that, and to be fair, to go on from yesterday, going on to a North London derby, especially how you guys are playing, I think it's the best thing for us.
And if you lose convincingly on Sunday, is Arteta a dead man walking?
No, not really. You know what? To be what Arsenal, what we've always had is we've always had longevity in our managers, like from Wenger going back.
Just like Unai Emery.
Yeah, well, Unai Emery was a stand-in.
And-
He came in. He was a Spaniard that came in as a dad of Arteta, and Arteta was the real McCoy. But yeah, it'll take a bit of time. But I think going on Sunday, it's anyone's game. In all honesty, really, it's anyone's game. But I reckon Obi might get one in, yeah, because he needs one, and it couldn't come at a better time than on Sunday.
All right. What score prediction are you going for?
I'm going for 2-1 Arsenal.
Ooh. All right.
I want to know from Josh's cousin as well. Do you think Arteta is under more pressure than Mourinho in this game?
Not really. Arteta, you know what? To be fair, with our board and everything, we haven't got that kind of family over there where you know what? If you don't make the results, you're out. You know, it's a family. We keep our family close. Yeah, we support them, and we take everything in our stride. But at the same time, yeah, we are due a couple of good results now to get back on form. And it's still early. Christmas Boxing Weekend, I reckon, will really tell. If we have this conversation after January, then I'll give you a better picture of what we're going to be. But I reckon there's still plenty of time left in the season.
All right. Well, I'm not going to wish you good luck, but let's get on to Josh. Josh, how are you feeling coming into the game?
Ignore all of that, yeah. That was Friday afternoon spiel. Yeah, he's been working too hard. He's been listening to and he's watching too much AFTV, right? I mean, the guy's running out of data, yeah? Forget all that. That was nonsense. There's no family, right? There's a divorce happening on Sunday. Yeah, there's a divorce happening on Sunday. Give me my shirt back. If we win, he's going to wear this. And I'll try and get him on the post-match call. And you're going to wear this if we win. However, if Arsenal win...
I'm going to give him the back of Chris because he don't even deserve to wear an Arsenal top.
Listen, what's the difference? What's the difference between a Dorito and Arsenal? 3 points. I know, guys. Listen, all this stuff, Arsenal fans, this is their trophy. This is it now. There's nothing left in their season. No Champions League. They probably won't even get into Europe. They might win the FA Cup, which is
listen, one question that it just really baffles me with all the Spurs fans that I know. Why is it that it could be Champions League on the horizon, it could be the league, but for you guys, all that's important is just to finish above us? Are we that much of a monarch? Are we that much of a royalty to you guys?
That's not true. That might have been true around 5-10 years ago, but right now Spurs are onto much bigger things. This is one game coming. Yeah, we're looking forward to it now because you're our next game. But when you look at the last couple of weeks, we were looking at Chelsea, we're looking at Man City. Finishing above Arsenal is not the be-all and end-all anymore. It used to be, but right now it's not. The be-all and end-all for Arsenal is to try and catch up with Tottenham. That's the be-all and end-all for your club.
There's plenty of time left in the season. You know what? At the end of the day, the only silverware you guys have got is in the cupboard in your kitchen. We've got 2 trophies back on from last year.
At the end of the day, you can talk about trophies, you can talk about this and that all you want. Yeah, maybe we haven't won trophies, but at the end of the day, we got Jose Mourinho as manager. He's won trophies everywhere he's gone. And if we have not won a trophy by the end of this season or next season, then what are you going to say after we win a trophy? Then what can you say?
You got that 1.2 billion pound stadium to pay for. You haven't got fans coming in at the moment. You need a trophy in there. You need that one.
Josh, put him in his place. Come on, Josh.
I'm taking his keys out in a minute. I'm going to throw him away. Basically, to win... To finish in the season higher.
Wait. I think Josh might be having a light bulb moment over here.
To finish above them for 5 years running, or maybe more, I don't know.
I don't think it's 5 years.
It is about 5 years.
It's really 5 years.
It's about 5 years.
It's about 3 years.
We finished above Arsenal for 5 years, he's saying. Yeah,
definitely. I can't remember when we last finished below you. When was the last St. Torring's Day? It's gone.
It was when we lost to Newcastle 5-1.
St. Torring's Day is just something for the history books now. They don't even talk about it anymore.
They put together their little runs in the cups and they think they're bigger than us. Their stadium's smaller than us. Their squad's worth less than ours. Yes, yet they probably pay more in wages than us. Mm-hmm. The only player that would get in our team...
There's no profit in our balance books.
There's no profit, mate. The only profit you got is Mohammed, mate. And even he's stuff on the field. Yeah. I'm joking, but no
pun intended.
Yeah, no, it was a pun intended. No disrespect to anyone watching, whatever. Anyways, back to football. But look, we are by a million miles better than you lot. Admit that.
Listen.
You have to admit that.
Let's all talk head to head. I'm on this. I'll come on the show afterwards. Let's chat then. And I will wear a Spurs top, and he'll wear an Arsenal top, depending on who wins. Guaranteed.
All right. All right.
Live.
I like that. You'll do that live. Live
I don't want to see anyone in Arsenal shirts on this channel, though. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, but then it's that up to your team. It's up to your team.
I'll wear it down there, mate. Don't worry. I'll have a vindaloo before I come on.
Let's get a score prediction from you, Josh.
I'm going all out. I'm going for. I'll give them one just to keep them entertained. 4-1.
4-1. Loving it. Who's going to score the goals?
Is that 4-1? Is that 4-1 Arsenal?
4-1 Arsenal, mate. Do one, mate. You know what I mean? I'm going Kane, Son. I'm going Bale, Kane, Son. And then I'll give the other one to Hugo Lloris, just for joke.
Hugo.
Talking about Hugo, have you heard the rumours about Hugo?
What, that he's been sleeping with Wenger's wife?
That as well, but I'm talking about he's a big doubt for the game on Sunday.
Yeah, that's their only hope, though, isn't it? They've got an average keeper to shoot against. But Arsenal can't score. Arsenal are leaking goals. They've got all the problems in the world.
We didn't watch it last night. We can't score.
What, against
but did you draw? Did you draw at the same level?
Yeah, but that's not our focus. That was just a draw. That's all we needed. We're top of the league.
Mourinho
the
was
Premier
upset
League.
about that. He goes, the focus is not on the. It's still a couple of
Mourinho's a winner. Yeah, we're top of the league. We will be in 24 hours, and we will in 48 hours. Whenever it is, when the weekend ends, and it's going to be 3 weeks at the top.
To be continued after the game.
3 weeks at the top, guys. Amazing! What a beautiful feeling that is. 3 weeks at the top.
I just want to say to the Arsenal fan, enjoy your big day out at top of the league on Sunday, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we'll hear from both of you after the game.
Looking forward to
It was
that.
a pleasure coming to the show. Thank you, guys.
You know, guys, keep up the good work.
Josh,
Thanks, mate.
always good to have you.
Come on, you Spurs!
Nice little surprise there, the Arsenal fan.
It's time for Marcelo.
I think this is the last one.
Last call from Marcelo.
Last
Come
call.
on,
Come on,
you
Marcelo.
Spurs!
Come on, Marcelo.
I can see it in your eyes today, Marcelo. I can see it.
It's North London Derby. It's the North London Derby. This is the game I wait for every year, bro. This is the game I look forward to the most. And guess what? I'm licking my lips, bro. These men are dead food. Dead food FC. I'm telling you. These men went from the Invincibles to Invisible. I'm telling you, bro. You can't see them in the table. You can't see them. They're done out here. That man went from Thierry Henry to having Lacazette. They went from having Patrick Vieira to El Neni. Yeah, bro. These men can't do anything, bro. They're finished. I'm telling you. The only way we lose this, right? The only way we lose this game is if the senior if the senior bus goes missing and our under 23s has to play. That's the only way we can lose this game. I'm telling you. You can put Joe Hart in there. Them men, they can't score. They can't defend. They don't know how to play football. You ever seen Men in Black? It's like they erase their brains, bro. You know what I mean? Like they don't know how to play football. They're terrible. These men, like look men for men. Who gets into our team?
No one.
No one, bro. These men were saying Tierney is better than Reguilon. What does Tierney do that Reguilon doesn't? You know what I mean? Tuck in his shirt.
He trips himself over. That's what he does.
No. I'm telling you, that wasn't. He didn't trip himself over. That was Mesut Ozil. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, bro. He didn't trip over. That was Mesut Ozil. I'm telling you. He's Arsenal's biggest trollman. They're paying $350 a week for a Twitter admin. $350 a week for a Twitter admin. Are you kidding me? And I'm supposed to take this club seriously. I'm supposed to take this club. I can't. I'm telling you, bro. Crystal Palace. I am more scared of going against Crystal Palace than I'm going against these lot. I'm so confident. These guys can't do anything to us. If we show up, yeah, go ahead.
Do you not expect Arsenal to show up at all on the weekend?
Bro, they can't even show up their own ground. You know what I mean? How do you?
This is North London Derby, though. This is different. They always show up against us.
They can show up. They can do whatever they want, but at the end of the day, they're not good enough. Because guess what? Our boys are going to show up too. You know what I mean? These guys are the only thing they're banking on is if Kane and all these other guys just show up and be passengers, which is not what they're gonna do. And if our boys show up and they're hungry, like they usually are in the North London Derby, they're gonna eat those men alive. It's as simple as that. They're not good enough. The only thing that scares me is that they're in a relegation battle. So, they're going to want to win. They don't want to go down. But, that's the process. That's Arteta's process, by the way. In case you're wondering, when he said he wanted to win the league, he meant the championship. He didn't mean the Premier League. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, man.
Do you think they're good enough to stay up?
I mean, I guess. I hope. I hope. You know, like, listen. I kind of hope they don't go down because you know it's fun spanking them. You know, and you know it's like you ever seen? Did you see AFTV after Europa? DT all of a sudden is now all confident, saying, "Oh yeah, of course we can win, bro." These men, they're going through a cycle. Right? They go there, they get spanked in the Premier League, they beat nobodies in the Europa League because that's the only time their players can show up, and then they get confident and then they get spanked, bro. It's the ever-ending cycle of an Arsenal fan. All they have is their history. They had a great history, can't deny that, but that's all they have, bro. But guess what? Your history book can't save you. Thierry Henry can't go there, put on his shoes and play for you anymore. You know what I mean? That man is done. He's finished. His time in football is done. You're stuck with Lacazette. That guy, and he can't score a goal. I mean, he's their top goal scorer. That should tell you everything.
And Gabriel, him and Gabriel.
Listen, the only person that I rate in that team is Gabriel. Like, really. Like, Aubameyang, bro. That man got a new contract, a Gucci bag, and dipped out. I'm telling you, he's done at this club. You know what I mean? He's done. You know, he got that Lambo. He's finished at this club, man. Those guys, they're offering, what? Willian. You know, a guy who's finished. They're Chelsea's retirement home at this point. You know what I mean? They're offering these guys that are absolutely finished, $250 a week. To do what? You know what I mean? We getting guys like Reguilon. We getting these the new attraction, you know what I mean? The top footballers. These men, all they get nobodies. They don't have any attraction anymore. You know what I mean? Allegri was learning English. You know, these men thought they were gonna get Allegri. You know what I mean? They were so hyped. They thought they were gonna get Allegri. But guess what? Allegri looking at that club, he said, "No, I'd rather wait." You know what I mean? He's waiting for that United job. I'm telling you, bro. Nobody wants to manage Arsenal. Nobody wants to play for Arsenal. They're a dead club. Party? Where's the party, bro? Where's the party? That party is dead than Trump's campaign. You know what I mean? Like it's over, bro. You know what I mean? And Højbjerg, the best PR in North London, is gonna show up, gonna absolutely dominate. If Toby is out, then that means the best number 14 in North London is going to show up. The Welsh Maldini, he's going to dominate. It's going to be a 3-0 victory, and no questions about it. I am confident this weekend.
Has the power shifted now for you in North
Absolutely.
London? There's definitely no doubt about it.
Absolutely. Listen, man, these men can't play elite football. Look, they can say, "Oh, we won the FA Cup last year," but guess what? I already told David Harris this. Nobody wants to play for an FA Cup championship team. You know what I mean? Like I love the FA Cup. We have a great history in the FA Cup, but listen, that competition is dying out. I'm saying, like, you look at these managers, they want to get top 4, they want to get Champions League football. Nobody wants to play for an FA Cup championship team. They want to play for a Champions League team, and that's what we are right now. We are a Champions League team. Everybody's looking at us. We're going to be a Champions League next year, so they're going to want to play for us. Nobody wants to play for Arsenal anymore.
I completely agree. And in terms of the managers, there's been a bit of talk about, people saying the pressure's more on Tottenham on Sunday because we're favourites to win. So if we don't win, the pressure's more on Spurs. But do you agree with that, or do you think because
Arteta's got to win to keep his job?
Yeah, if Arteta loses, his job could be in trouble.
I don't get that. Like if we lose, somehow Kane, goes blind, and everybody gets injured, and our under 23s have to play. If we lose, right, then we're gonna be 3 points behind Liverpool. We can get those 3 points back. If Liverpool beats Wolves, we can get those 3 points back. It's not the end of the world, right? Mm-hmm. It would just be a setback. But if Arteta lose, bro, the men, like that Burnley game is going to start looking really important. You know what I mean? Like that Burnley game might decide whether they stay in the league or not. You know what I mean?
Relegation 6-pointer.
Yeah, so like if we lose, we're still in the title challenge. I don't think these men understand that. But if they lose, they're in a serious relegation battle. So of course the pressure is on Arteta. He has to win this. Like if there was a game, I would say this. The one thing that kind of frightens me is that if this was a game where Arteta was looking at where, listen, I can maybe get my mojo back, this is the game, right? You win a North London derby, you get your mojo back, right? It's even happened with Mourinho. I remember we lost, 3-1 to Sheffield, and then, we were so lack of, confidence. We won the derby, we went on a good win streak, and now, we're flying high. Yeah. So that is a thing that Arteta could be looking at, but the pressure's all on Arteta. We got the chosen one, man. You know what I mean? We got the special one. He's gonna bring glory to this club. I'm not worried.
All right,
I love it.
Absolutely love that confidence, Marcelo. Hopefully,
come on.
You've still got that smile on your face after the game on Sunday when we hear from you.
He's pumped.
Come on, you Spurs!
Come on, you Spurs!
Come on.
Nice one, Marcelo.
Love it, Marcelo.
All
We got a
right.
super chat here. I can't read the name out because it's in different characters. It's not English. But it says 4-0 Spurs win.
4-0
Love
Spurs
that.
win.
A lot
Come
of
on.
confident Spurs fans today.
Yeah, more earned confidence. Well, yeah, there's a lot. It was weird because there was a lot of confidence up before the City game, and we won.
Yeah.
A bit less confidence before the Chelsea game, we drew, and now it's
Now
even more.
confidence-
Now it's a lot more.
confidence is back.
So
back.
Tottenham fans know what they're talking about. I think
Exactly.
I'm looking forward to this one. Arsenal Sunday
Done
4:30.
and dusted.
You know where to be. We know where we're going to be on Sunday 4:30. You better be here watching the game with us, following all the action, all the highs and the lows. There aren't going to be any lows, I'm hoping, on Sunday. But you definitely know where to watch the game on Sunday. So, look, I'm buzzing for it. I can't wait for this game. And, you know, obviously there's always a chance we could end the game with a bad result and egg on our faces. But, look, everything points to a good result for Tottenham. So you just got to have your chest out sometimes and say, look, I'm confident we're getting this
Pop
result.
his chest out. Come on,
And with
Spurs.
Jose Mourinho, I've never been more confident in my life that we're not going to lose a North London derby for sure.
Before we end this stream, I want to know if Hashim Al Saraf is watching. If Hashim is watching, can you please let us know? We've been trying to get in contact with you regarding the signed shirt competition, but we can't get hold of you pretty much. So if you are watching, or if you do watch this, please get in contact with us, as we've got a signed shirt from Ledley King and Graham Roberts to send out to you. So please let us know if you're watching or if you have watched this. But anyway, back onto the closing thoughts on the game. We have to just go in there, top confidence, chest pumped out, like you said. With a more dominant side in North London, and let's show that on the pitch on Sunday. I don't want to see any passengers on the pitch.
Yeah.
I want to see us go in there with the right mentality, and if we do go in there with the right mentality, there is no chance we're not coming away with the win.
No slip-ups, full concentration. I want everyone on top of their game, and if we do that, there is no way if we do that we're not coming away with the win. There is no
Exactly.
way. It doesn't matter what Arsenal can throw at us. We have bigger weapons right now. We have the better defensive structure, and we have a better team and the better manager. Everything points to a Tottenham win. So look, I'm confident. There's always a chance anything can happen in the game of football, but I'm confident we're going to get this right. And if we do get a win on Sunday, 11 points clear of Arsenal, remain top of the league, that will give this team so much confidence going into the rest of the season. If the City game and Chelsea game haven't given them enough confidence, you know, winning this derby is going to do the world of good. So I can't wait. I can't wait.
All right, my brother is going 3-1. In my previews, I actually said 2-1, but I'm actually going to change that. I'm going to go for 1-0 now. I think it's going to be 1-0 to Spurs, Harry Kane penalty. That's what I'm going for. Who's your scorers?
I'm going to go Son is going to get one, and Kane is going to get a double.
All right, so there you have it. Come and join us from 4:15 on Sunday, where we'll be building up and watching the North London derby. Come and watch it with us.
Come on.
Come and crack open a beer, watch it with us. Let's get some songs going. Let's get some good atmosphere going. And for you guys that are in the stadium on Sunday, I want to hear your voices loud and proud singing for the boys. I want to hear you giving Arsenal all that abuse on Sunday. Come on. Let's get up for this one. It's the North London derby. We'll see you on Sunday, 4:15 for the live watch along. Then we'll see you for the post-match fan show straight after.
It's going to be a big one.
It's going to be a big one. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs!